We are really close to the Apple event where we will see the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Pros. And in this video, I just wanted to give you all the leaks and rumors that I know about in one place. So if you don't like spoilers, then this might not be the place for you. But we will start with the iPhone 15, and spoiler, there's not going to be a lot that's exciting about this new version of the iPhone 15. Let's start with, though, what is changing on the iPhone 15s, and the first thing that we are going to get is we're going to get a whole load of new colors coming to these phones. We have a classic black and a semi-white phone, but Apple is going very pastel on the iPhone 15s this year, which is quite trendy, and some of them look really nice. The pink and yellow and green phones coming next week look really good, and I think that they actually look better than the colors that we're going to get on those Pro phones, but we'll speak about that in a second. One of the biggest updates, though, coming to this new iPhone 15, and it's one that you've all been waiting for, is that the notch is disappearing and we're going to get dynamic island across every iPhone. This year, anyone with a regular iPhone 15 is finally going to get that dynamic island, which people have been waiting for. And dynamic island looks okay, but I just don't feel like it's hugely functional yet on those Pros. But we don't have a notch anymore. Apple is killing the notch. The notch is going away. On the iPhone 15s, there will be no notch. The notch is gone. Finally. And the other thing changing on the iPhone 15, one of only a few things, is apparently there is going to be a new 48 megapixel camera. And that is apparently, because it's not like 100%, but you know, we could see it. This is that same sensor as the iPhone 14 Pros have had this year. And I mean, I just take photos of like cats, and I'm not lying. I take photos literally of just cats. And I've not noticed a huge difference in the pictures that a 48 megapixel camera lens can take. But I mean, if you are going to get a new camera on a new phone that you're going to be paying your money for, no one's going to complain. Everyone will take a new sensor, and this year it could be a 48 megapixel sensor. But that is literally about it on the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus. So if you have an iPhone 14 or 14 Plus, then just pretend that next week it's not happening. Pretend that this phone's not coming out and your phone is still good, because it's pretty much the same phone. Now, the only phones that people actually care about, the iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. We get a black, silver, grey and blue, and they are the options if you want to be a professional phone user this year. 4 shades of the same color. But apparently the reason we are getting the 4 shades of the same color is because that new titanium that's going on the iPhone 15 Pros and 15 Pro Maxes doesn't take color that well. So instead of getting any sort of gold colors, which we know now is dead, we just get the same shades of color in 4 different shades. But weirdly, I'm not mad about it. I quite like all of these colors that are coming to the 15 Pros. Talking of color though, Apple is only interested in one color this year, and that color is green. And that's because green is the color of money, and Apple wants more money when you're going to be getting the iPhone 15 Pros and 15 Pro Maxes. In the UK last year, an iPhone 14 Pro Max already cost $1,199, but now the US are getting hit with that price hike as well, and you deserve it. Catch up to the rest of the world. Pay more for the phone. $1,199 is what the base price of an iPhone 15 Pro Max is going to start at, and the regular iPhone Pro, if the UK pricing is anything to go by, will be $1,049. And either way, it is expensive and we're all going to complain about it, but we are going to still pay the money, aren't we? But it is quite expensive and it is quite a price hike this year. But for that money though, it's pretty certain that we are going to get an action button, and I'd say almost like 100% certain. And the reason for this is that we've seen leaks now for months from case manufacturers, and they've been making cases with the action button cutout, so it is pretty certain. And there was some code found in iOS 17 which again confirmed that that action button is on its way. It'll just replace that mute slider and hopefully is able to map actions, so such as opening the camera or opening the flashlight or opening Apple Maps or something similar. And I expect this to only work with Apple apps for now, but if it can remap to something else, I think that'll be pretty cool. And around that action button, we are going to see less bezel on the iPhone 15 and 15 Pro Max, and in fact the bezel is going to be 1.5 millimeters thin, and that is 30% less of bezel that we saw on last year's phones. I don't think it's going to be massively noticeable if you're using like an iPhone 14 Pro now, for example, but if you're coming from an iPhone 10, 11, 12, it will seem like a huge bezel-less jump. We've heard the rumors for quite a couple of weeks now that we're going to get one of the smallest bezels on any phone in the world, and hopefully we will see that on the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. And Apple is slowly getting rid of that bezel, so this is just like another step towards hopefully becoming the bezel-less phone of the future. And it wouldn't be an iPhone 15 leaks and rumors video if I didn't tell you that USB-C is coming to the iPhone. You've not heard that USB-C is coming to an iPhone? You've not heard that USB-C is coming to an iPhone? Yeah, USB-C is coming to an iPhone. Not by choice, but it's on its way. I'm pretty sure that Apple never wanted to do this, but now they have absolutely no choice, and they will embrace it in their own Apple way at the Apple event next week. But this means that we can get faster charging speeds, and potentially on the 15 Pro and Pro Max, we could be getting up to 35 watts, which will be a nice change. And of course, with USB-C coming, we will be getting faster data transfer speeds, because at the moment, Lightning is painfully slow. In fact, it's evil. It's evilly slow to transfer data from an iPhone to a MacBook or something over Lightning at the moment. So with USB-C, hopefully we can see a bit of faster data transfer speeds. Fingers crossed, that is something that we want to see. That is everything that I know about the iPhone 15 and the 15 Pros coming at Apple's event next week when they release it on September 12th. And I'm sure as soon as I put this video out, there's going to be some more leaks and rumors which I didn't put in this video, which you're going to put in the comments and say I didn't mention. It's because I didn't know they were real. But let me know in the comments, do you think it's worth upgrading to an iPhone 15 Pro or 15 this year from the phone that you're on? Just, let me know. And of course, subscribe to the video, because that genuinely actually really helps. And if you do all of that, then I will see you later.